Hello everyone, welcome back. This video lecture for class 7 subject science chapter number 17 and that is forest our lifeline. So dear student, this is the second part of this chapter. Today we are going to deal with the interrelationship between the plants, soil and decomposers in a forest. Then we will discuss about humus, what are the decomposers, how decomposers are help in growth of the forest or in the development of the forest, how balance of the oxygen and carbon dioxide matches, isn't it? So before that, a short prayer. Let's start. Join your hands, close your eyes. इतनी शक्ति हमें दे न दाता, मन का विश्राम सिकंजा हम चले नेक रास्ते पे हमसे भूल कर भी कोई भूल ना, इतनी शक्ति हमें दे न दाता. Once again, a warm good morning to all. Let's start today's session. So let's have a quick recap for the previous chapter content. That was in previous video lecture we have discussed about what is the forest. So we can say forest is an area or a part of the land that is covered with trees and a wide variety of the plants, and not only plants, along with we can say there are the species of the different animals also. Then we have discussed about the how forests are home for numerous of plants species, isn't it? कैसे फॉरेस्ट इतने सारे एनिमल्स का, प्लांट्स का होम और शेल्टर प्लेस है. देन वी हैव डिस्कस अबाउट द डिफरेंट then we have discussed about the different animals or different parts of the plant, different areas of the plant which are the beneficial or which are playing vital role in the human life, how forests are important for we people, that we have discussed about. Then we have talked about the forest are home of numerous of plants and species. After that we have discussed about there are the different wild animals like bear, bison, jackal, deer, porcupine, elephant, the animal which we are not familiar with them, which we have not seen in face to face, isn't it? Such type of animals which are wild and which can't live in domestically, which are not find here and there in city or town area. So such type of animals are found in the wild or in forest only. After that we have discussed the important topic of this chapter, that is the what are the crown of the plant. Then we have discussed these are the look like a crown of the plant, which are the area which of the part of the plant which is the branchy part of a tree above the stem, the branchy part of a tree, that is known as the crown of the tree. After that we have discussed what is the canopy. Canopy is the part of the tree which is look like a roof of the forest, which is visible like a roof of the forest where no sky is visible through these trees. Such part that is called is canopy. After that crown, canopy, then the understory. It consists, that means forest consists of the plant that grow above the forest floor. मतलब forest floor से थोड़ा above होते हैं, but they are not tall as much trees, which are known as, which already talked about, which are the known as the roof of the फॉरेस्ट. सो रूफ ऑफ फॉरेस्ट से सपोज आप एक बिल्डिंग का फर्स्ट फ्लोर और सेकंड फ्लोर की बात कर रहे हैं. फर्स्ट फ्लोर को हम अंडर स्टोरी बोल सकते हैं, और जो सेकंड फ्लोर है जो टॉप पे आपका ट्री बंगलो का एरिया है, दैट पार्ट यू कैन से एज अ रूफ ऑफ द पर्टिकुलर होम. लाइकवाइज roof of the tree, that is roof of the forest, that is that known as canopy, and below the roof of the forest, that is the understory, and last part which is the land area of the particular forest, that is the known as forest floor. This many about topic we have already discussed in previous video lecture. Today we are going to deal with food chain. First we will start with food chain. So what is the food chain? Here you are thinking, you are imagining that मैं food का chain कैसे बनेगा, isn't it? So here we are not talking about that type of chain. Chain, that means we already discussed that we all are interdependent, interdependent to each and every creature, like plants, animal, insect, decomposer, forest. We all are dependent on each other. Without, अगर इनमें से कोई एक भी चीज़ मिस हो जाती है तो हमारा पूरा लाइफस्टाइल, हमारा पूरा एनवायरमेंट डिस्टर्ब हो जाता है, isn't it? So these all are necessary to complete the food chain, for this planet, right? So here we will talk about the different organisms present on the earth are dependent on each other. For instance, herbivores feed on plants and carnivores depend upon the herbivores. As we already discussed about in that what are the herbivores, on the basis of the food we have already classified the different animals, herbivores and carnivores. Herbivores are dependent on the plants which are known as plants which we are divided into like autotrophs and heterotrophs. Plants are classified in the category like autotrophs. Autotrophs means the plants, the organism which are not dependent to other animal, or we can say which are dependent on themselves only. Such type of plants, such type of organisms are known as autotrophs. So we have already kept the plants in autotroph category because they are not dependent on we people, but we are heterotrophs because we are dependent on the plants. Plants can be said as the autotrophs, but we people can't be categorized as a autotroph because we are dependent for our food, like fruits, vegetables, spices. For different purposes we are totally dependent on plants and different animals. So the organisms which are depend to others, that are known as heterotrophs. So we can say we are heterotrophs, but plants are the autotrophs. On the basis of this thing we can say herbivores depend on the plants, but while carnivore dependent on the herbivores. अगर plants हैं तो herbivores है तो ही carnivores है, or else the cycle will be totally disturbed. So what is the mean here by chain of the organism being dependent on each other for their food is called food chain. See in this figure, you can observe, you can understand by this figure that how food chain is completed. First of all, if we talk about leaf, तो leaf को कौन eat कर रहा है? Caterpillar. Okay, caterpillar is dependent on the leaf, but caterpillar को कौन eat कर रहा है? That is chameleon. तो chameleon को अपने food के लिए caterpillar पे depend है, caterpillar अपने food के लिए leaf पे depend है, isn't it? अब chameleon को कौन eat कर रहा है? That is snake, right? Snake is dependent on the कैमिलियन, क्योंकि स्नेक के फूड के लिए उसको इंसेक्ट खाने, फ्रॉग ईट कर सकता है, कैमिलियन को ईट करता है, बट अब कैमिलियन को कौन ईट कर रहा है? दैट इज मोंगूज, और वी कैन सी ईगल इज ऑल्सो देयर. सो दिस कंप्लीट्स food chain. It means we can say we all are totally dependent on each other. So we can say we all are interdependent, we all are interrelated with the plants, soil, decomposers as well human beings, isn't it? So we can say herbivores feeds on the plants and carnivore depend on the herbivores, that we already talked about. The chain of organisms. So here what is the definition of the food chain? We can say the chain of the organisms being dependent on each other. That means जितने भी organism इस अर्थ पे, इस planet पे exist करते हैं, that all are dependent on each other. ठीक है, for their food के लिए जब एक दूसरे पे depend रहते हैं, that is known as the food chain. Okay, what is that? That is the food chain. So in simple words we can say the organism, the all living creatures which are all dependent on each other, that are known as the food chain. Clear? Hope so this thing you have all clear in your mind. Next thing which we are going to talk about, the humus. Very important, generally asked for a 1 mark in the exam. What is the humus? In simple words, the manure, the abiotic organism which are mixes some nutrients by with the help of microorganism, that is known as the humus, or we can say uh, in simple words, the humus is made by the microorganisms, or that microorganism, they feed upon the dead plants and animal tissues, isn't it, and convert them into a dark color substance, that is humus. I am repeating, the microorganism that they feed upon the dead plants and animal tissues and convert them into a dark color substance, and that is nothing, it's only humus. So here we can see humus made from dead and decaying organism. Okay, humus made from dead and decaying organisms, and they made the forest floor like dark in color due to these microorganisms. Clear? Next thing, like here is the definition of the humus. It is dark color substance found in the soil. It must be made from the dead and decaying organisms and substances. Again, one important thing which we are going to discuss about, how this humus, how they decompose, how humus helpful. So here we can say the organism live upon the dead matters. Suppose you are able to see in this figure, that is a figure of an bear, or any wild animal is there, that is already dead. So how this dead animal, जब उसकी डेथ हो जाती है, जब वो मर जाता है, तो वो अपने आप वहाँ पे डिकम्पोज होता जाता है विद द हेल्प ऑफ द माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिज्म, स्मॉल इंसेक्ट्स, स्मॉल क्रीचर्स, वो सब उनको ईट करते करते उसको डिकम्पोज करते जाते हैं. द माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिज्म विच कन्वर्ट द डेड प्लांट्स एंड एनिमल to humus are known as decomposers. Okay, what are the decomposers? So we can say microorganisms only are known as the decomposers because they have the help organisms, because they helps only decompose, because only they are the creatures which are able to decompose them, which are able to decompose the plants and animals. These microorganisms play an important role in the forest. Okay, these microorganisms are playing important role in the forest because these are the insects, these are the creatures which are very much helpful to decompose the land level, to decompose the particular area where plants, dead plants and dead animals is also there. Clear? Next thing again, so by this figure, by this image you can understand this, जो animal है जो dead हो रहा है, और जो plants, जो leaves हैं, dry leaves हैं, decaying matters हैं, decaying leaves and plants हैं, वो सब microorganism के through decompose होते हैं, and after decompose they will mix in the, and they will increase the nutrition, they will increase the growth of the plants, which are helpful to increase the growth of the plants, and this is known as decomposers, right? Again, here is the figure of the fungi, है ना? You are able to see this is the figure of the fungi. Fungi or bacteria are there, or we can say these are the again decomposers shades, because these are the made the land level, these made the area that forest to increase the fertility of the soil, increase the nutrition in the soil, and again this due to increasing of this soil, plant will give good growth, and after plant will grow, the plants will eaten by the animals, again herbivores eaten by the carnivores. So here decomposers are also playing a vital role in this food chain, in this system, or we can say in this environment, forest environment. Okay, so these microorganisms play an important role in the forest because these are the only organism. Here fungi and decompose are also playing a vital role because of the because these are only creatures which are helpful to decompose, which are helpful to increase in the of the nutrition of the soil, and due to the increasing of the nutrition of the soil will give fertility. For that soil will be that land will be fertile, and due to the good fertility plant growth will be in development process, and as the plant will grow, obvious this will helpful for all human creatures which are dependent on the plants for their food, isn't it? So this all system food chain will all depend on this humus and decomposers. So microorganisms which convert the plant and animal to humus are known as the decomposers. Now the question is, what happens if an animal die in the forest? Suppose कोई animal forest में die हो जाता है, so what will happen of this animal? अब ये यहाँ पे फॉरेस्ट में कोई लोग तो जाके उन एनिमल्स को उठा के जाके उसको एनिमल को बड़ी नहीं करेंगे, है ना? तो क्या होगा? ऑब्वियस दैट टाइप ऑफ एनिमल्स विल बड़ी देयर बाय देयर ओन, एंड विद द decomposers they will be decomposed. These animals, dead animals or decaying animals will be decomposed. ऑब्वियस वो सड़ता जाता जलता जाएगा, पूरा मेल्ट होता जाएगा और वो डिकम्पोज होके इन माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिज्म, फंजाई, बैक्टीरिया, इन सारे छोटे छोटे इंसेक्ट और माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिजम्स के थ्रू वो पूरा डिकम्पोज हो जाने के साथ सॉइल में मिक्स हो जाएगा, सॉइल की न्यूट्रिशन इंक्रीज हो जाएगा, एंड न्यूट्रिशन एज इंक्रीज इट विल बेनिफिशियल फॉर ऑल वी people. So here we can say the nutrients present in the soil are used by plants. Obvious, अगर न्यूट्रिशन जो सॉइल में मिक्स है वो प्लांट्स के थ्रू यूज होंगे, प्लांट्स, इंसेक्ट एंड माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिजम्स. व्हेन दे डाई, जैसे ये एनिमल्स डाई हो जाएंगे, their remains are turned into organic matter by the decomposers. Okay, their remains, उनकी बॉडी की जो भी remains part है turned हो जाएंगे किसके थ्रू? decomposers के थ्रू, और organic matter. This keep the soil fertile. Again soil will be fertile as it results in the forest, and recycles the nutrients. Again that recycling process will be go on. Okay. So this was about the nutritions, how soil get nutrition, how decomposers helpful for the living organisms, for all living organisms. Next question, again very important, which is generally asked in the exam, and very easy question is there. Why forests are called green lungs? As we all know, what are the lungs? lungs हमारी बॉडी में क्या काम कर रहे हैं? lungs हमारी बॉडी में breathing process में helpful है, isn't it? How they are helpful in the breathing process? As we are getting the oxygen with the help of the lungs, and the carbon dioxide CO2 is exhaled by the lungs, isn't it? So as oxygen is inhaled by the lungs, these lungs these lungs are able to hold this oxygen, then these are the only known as suppliers of the oxygen, isn't it? lungs के थ्रू ही पूरी बॉडी में ऑक्सीजन का सप्लाई हो पॉसिबल हो पाता है. सो इन्हें ग्रीन लंग, लेकिन फॉरेस्ट को ग्रीन लंग्स क्यों कहा गया? जैसे हमारी बॉडी में लंग्स ऑक्सीजन के सप्लाई का काम कर रहे हैं फॉर द एंटायर बॉडी, दीज आर द सप्लायर्स ऑफ द ऑक्सीजन फॉर ह्यूमन बीइंग. If we talk about the lungs for the human being, we can see these are the good suppliers for the oxygen for entire body, for entire human body. But here we talking about the forest. Forest को green lungs क्यों कह रहे हैं? क्योंकि forest में भी green lungs का काम, that means oxygen पहुँचाने का काम, the process, survival process is done by the forest only. So these are known as the green for lungs. Here let's see what is written. We know that plants take up carbon dioxide and release oxygen, isn't it? Hence the plants in the forest provide oxygen. जितना ज़्यादा plantation ज़्यादा होगा, जितना ज़्यादा forest में greenery ज़्यादा होगी, obvious oxygen का amount भी increase होगा, and the shelter place for the animals and birds will get proper sufficient amount of the oxygen, isn't it? एंड द एनिमल्स का जो बॉडी से जो एक्सेल हो रहा है CO2, दैट विल बी प्रोवाइडेड बाय दी, दैट विल बी ऑब्टेन बाय दी प्लांट्स. ये सारा प्लांट्स के थ्रू ऑब्टेन हो जाएगा, एब्जॉर्ब हो जाएगा CO2, एंड ऑक्सीजन प्रॉपर अमाउंट में प्लांट्स, लिविंग क्रीचर्स को, जो एनिमल और बर्ड्स हैं, उन सबको प्रॉपर अमाउंट में मिल पाएगा. सो ऐसे पूरा सिस्टम, पूरा बैलेंस अगर हम बोलें ऑक्सीजन और CO2 का, दैट विल बी मेंटेन बाय दी forest. So in this way, a balance of oxygen and carbon dioxide, balance of the oxygen and carbon dioxide is maintained in the atmosphere in the forest. This is the reason forests are called green lungs. Very important question. You have to keep in your mind that this is the reason why forests are called green lungs, right? So hope so till here you all have understood. In next video lecture we will discuss some other points of this chapter. Till that, take care. Goodbye.